Hello, good day, and welcome. I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve 1971 by the Cogito. It was recently my birthday, and I have been celebrating for a little while now with puzzles that have been created specifically for my birthday. So many thanks to the Cogito for creating this for me. Um, with that, I will tell you that if you would like to try this for yourself, then you can find the link as the first link in the description. And now let's have a look at the rules. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every column, every row, and every 3 by 3 box, we're going to place the digits 1 to 9 once each. Red cells in columns 1 and column 9 index the column of the digits 1 and 9 respectively in their respective row. So what that means is the digit that I place in this column will tell me the column that the 1 is found in that row. So if I were able to discover that this was a 5, I could then place a 1 here. And conversely, if I were able to discover that this was a 1, I could then place a 6 here. The same will happen for 9s. So if I discovered that this were a 2, then I could place the 9 here. Okay, let's clear that. Every line connecting two circles must contain digits with the same sum as the sum of its circled endpoints. So what that means is that these 3 digits along this line must sum to the sum of these 2 values in the circles. Cells separated by an X must contain digits that sum to 10. Cells separated by a V must contain digits that sum to 5. Cells separated by a white kropki dot must contain consecutive digits. Okay, that's all the rules. I am now going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. So we have some gimmies. This one is indexed by a 3 here. This one is indexed by a 7 here, and this 9 is indexed by a 3 here. Digits on a V, because they sum to 5, must be less than 5. Well, this can't be a 1 or a 3, so that is 2 or 4, and then this must be the 1 or the 3 to make it sum to 5. And the same here, 2 or 4 with 1 or 3. And now, yes, that's nice. This digit must be at least 5. And these 2 digits must be at least a 2-3 pair because the 1 is already used in the column. So if I minimize those 3 digits, I get 2 plus 3 plus 5, which equals 10, which is what 1 and 9 is. So that's what they must be. So 5, we get our first digit. This is a 7-8 pair, and that is useful. Well, first of all, this 7 in one of those 2 plus the 7 here means that 7 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. But what I think is perhaps a little more important, um, in these indexing columns, I have to have one digit which is from, in each box, I have to have one digit which is low, one digit which is medium, and one digit which is high. So one from 1, 2, 3, one from 4, 5, 6, and one from 7, 8, 9. And the reason for that is that I have to distribute the ones into the 3 boxes. I can't have 2 ones in the same box. So the low digit in here is going to index a 1 somewhere in this box. The medium digit in there is going to index a 1 somewhere in this box. And the high digit here is going to index a 1 into this box. And that will apply for uh, each of the sections in the 1 column and in the 9 column. Now, why is that useful? Well, we already have our high digit in this box, so those can't be eights. Those can't be eights because we already have eight somewhat allocated in the box. There is an eight in one of those, which then puts a one into one of those two. Um, we have a three here, we have a three in there. There's a three in one of those two, but it's not this one because of that three. So three goes there. This has a low digit, so these can't be two. These can't be two by Sudoku. One of those is two, and that places a one into one of those two, which makes a 1-3 pair. Well, that was slightly unexpected, but I guess I'll run with it. Um, yep, that all looks good. So given that we have an 8 here and an 8 here, there must be an 8 there. Um, we need a 1, sorry, we need a low digit in here, and it can't be 2 or 3, so that has to be a 1. The 5 can't go into any of those, so one of those is a 5. And so the 1 indexes itself, the 5 will index a 1 to one of those two cells. Okay. What shall I look at next? Don't think I've got a whole lot of options on the indexing at the moment, so I think looking at these lines is probably our next best bet. Um, so the smallest that can be is a 2 if that were a 4. Um, and if that were a 2, that could be a 4. So the smallest of these two together is 6. And the largest, therefore, that this can be is 2. That's a 1 or a 2. And this must be 2, 4, or 5, I think. If this was 4, sorry, if this were 2 plus 1, that's 3, and I'd need 5 to get to 7. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. Um, this digit must be at least a 2 because there's no 1. Um, and these two digits must be at least 2 and 3, which is 5. So that makes 7. So I now have 1 degree of freedom. So if I put in the minimums for now, I can add 1 to any one of those digits to make the 8 because I've currently got 7 there. So I could put a 3 here, making this a 2-3 pair, or if that were a 2, um, this would be a 2-4 pair. But definitely there is a 2 there. Okay. This 2 tells me that 2 is not in one of these. So the low digit that must go there must be a 1. That is going to an index of 9 over here. So that gives me a 159 triple, with that not being a 5. And that then gives me a 4-6 pair there. Okay. These 4 digits are interesting because um, there must be a 2 in those respective columns. But yeah, so in those four cells, I've either got a 2 here and a 2 here, or a 2 here and a 2 here. What that also means is that as well as using up both the 2 in both of these columns, I've also used up the 2 in both of these rows. So this can't be a 2 anymore. That is a 1, and that is not a 1. And now I'm trying to make an even number. So odd plus even is odd. So I need another odd number to finish that off. So that has to be a 5. That now has to be a 2. That makes that 3. That makes that 4, and that 1. That gives me a 3 and a 1 here, which places the 2. And this is now 4 or 6. In fact, the 1 is there. That's a 4. That makes this a 6, 8 pair. And so I have a 1 in one of those two. And that meets our expectations with the way the ones are placed. In fact, that one makes this a 5, and that's now a 1, 9 pair. Okay. These are from 5, 6, and 8, and that one's not an 8. Ah, that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. That is not the one. Just tidy that up. So 2 has to go into one of those 2 because it can't be 1 or 3, and 2 in the row tells me it's not that one. So that's going to index a 9 into one of those two cells. Uh, 2 in this box must go into one of those two, so that's actually a 2, 9 pair. And this is 5, 4, and 7. And this is not 7. Okay. Okay. These are from 6, 7, 8, and 9, because that's the only digits left in the column. Okay, that can't be a 9 because that can't be an 8. That can't be a 4 because that can't be a 3 or a 5. So 5 could go with 6, 7 could go with 6, and 8 could go with 7. What can we do down here? 8 can't go there because there's no matching consecutive digit. But I think that's all I can do there. Okay. All right. Let's. Where do I look next? How about this 10 clue? So we've got 4. These two need to add to 4 to become 10, so they sum to 6. They can't be 3, 3 because of that. They can't be 1 and 5 because that can't be either. So there must be 2 and 4, and that must be 2 and 4. That makes this a 3. And so now these two need to sum to 5 to become 8. They're not 4. That's a 2-3 pair. Okay. Where do I look next? I think that pretty much just leaves us with indexing and resolving these uh, dots and these x's. Okay. So by Sudoku, 4 goes in one of those two. That could be 4 because that would make a 9. That's fair. 5 by Sudoku goes in one of those two, but that can't be 5 because that can't be 9. That makes this a 5. That 5 makes this 4, which makes that a 5-7 pair. That's not 5. That's a 5. That 4 makes this 6 and 4. Um, this now can't be a 6, and this can't be a 7. It gives me a 6-8 pair in the row. It could be useful to know. Right, the remaining digits in this row are 6, 8, and 9. This can't be a 6 because that can't be a 9. That can't be a 9 because that can't be a 5. Okay, I've got 2 digits left for this row, which are 6 and 8. Okay, where does 2 go in this column? It can only go here. That means these are from 6, 7, 8, and 9. Where do I look next? There must be a 2 right here. That, yes, I can't put a 2 here because there's a 2 there, and there's a 2 there, so that must be the 2 by Sudoku. Um, I must have a 4 in one of those, and that makes that a 1-4 pair. That makes this a 7-9 pair. And that means that 9 is in one of those two, so that is a 2-5 pair. Three in this row must go into one of those two, but can't go there because of that 2-3 pair. That's 3. That makes that a 1, which makes that 8, and that 6, which makes that 1. That's 4, Sorry about that. My computer glitched for a moment and I'm not entirely sure what happened. Um, but let's just carry on. Where was I? Right. Oh, there's 6. Makes that 8. That makes that 7. That's 5. The 7 makes that 9 and 7. The 9 by indexing makes that 5. And that's 2. That's 9. And that's 2. And last digit in the row is a 4. And last digit in this row is a 6. That's a 6. And that is now an 8-9 pair. If this is 8, then that is a 9 indexing itself. And this is an 8, then that's a 9 being indexed by that 8. So that is all fair and good, and I can't tell which is which right now. 3 digits in this column are 5, 8, and 9. That is not a 5. Um, okay, remaining digits in this column are, sorry, this row, 1, 8, 9, and 7. 1, 7, 8, 9. That can't be a 1. Um, if this digit were a 9, then this would be an 8 and that would break. That is not 9. Now, this digit is not a 9. This can't be an 8 or it would be indexing it. I don't think that is helping sufficiently. Okay, I need a 4 in one of those two. Okay, that can't be a 4, which means that can't be a 9. Um, okay, where to next? That's 6, makes this an 8. That's a 6. These two digits are 3, which must go there, and 5. That means that that is not a 5, and that is. And then these are 6, 7, and 9. One of those must be a 6. So those are not 6s. Those are not 8s by Sudoku. Hmm. Where to look next? Almost done. I'm sure of it. And just spot the next thing to spot. Okay, 9 can only go in one of those two places in the row, which is column 6 or 7. So this must be a 6 or a 7, but it can't be a 6, so that must be a 7. That places 9 there, so that is not a 9. Um, this can't be a 9 because this would have to be a 6. So that's the 9, making this 4. This is a 8 to complete the row, and I've broken something because this has to be an 8 by the dot. So what did I break? What I didn't consider was that this could be a 9. That's what I broke, I think. So let's reconsider that. It is there, there, or there, which makes this 6, 7, or 9. But it can't be 6. So it is true to say that that is not a 9. That's the high digit. This must be the middly digit. It can't be 5 or 6. So that is a 4. So that 4 indexes the 9 to there. So that is 8. That is 6. That is 7, making that 9. There we go. And that is 8. That is 6 to complete the box, and a 7 to complete the row. That makes that 8, which makes that 9, and that's 7. That 9 makes that 1, and that 9 making that a 1. So that is no longer line. I now have a 7, 8 in the row, so that is now 6. This needs a middly digit, and the only remaining middly digit is a 6. That makes this the 9. That's a 7. 8, 7. That makes that 3 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 8 and 4, and the 9 makes that an 8 and a 9. You solved the puzzle. The solution is correct. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was fun. I sometimes struggle with indexing puzzles, but this one was not too difficult. I really appreciate the thematic elements, and yeah, lots of things to make me think. Really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for the puzzle, the cogito. Um, if you liked this puzzle, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.